All right. Hello, hello, hello. Morning, afternoon, good evening. All of those. Cool. So, let me check. Wait, I still have this one. Bro, that was a stream and a half. That was crazy. But yes. We are back. Cool. So there's only one more thing that I need to finish in 2.4 before 2.5 comes out tomorrow. So let's do that. But first, let me just get ready quickly. Okay. I think everything looks good. Cool. So. Before we do anything, let's check out something else quickly. Yeah. And they really gave Fish Shower like an anime. That's crazy. Not bad. Cool, so we have these two. And let me see. What else did I want to do? There was something else, but I don't remember. Yeah, nah, I don't remember. That's about it. Cool. So, oh yeah. Okay, I remember. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Gather you up.
Bro, why is all the Zeldas on zero music like? So, like, on it all the time. Okay, can you stop? Stop it. Okay. So. Right. Hello YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. So there's been a couple more trailers for Fei Xiao, which may make sense because to be honest, she's like the only main bit of this whole arc that's happening. So yeah, it makes sense that they're going in on her because like that's kind of the only thing to go all in on. But yeah, which should be pretty sick. So without further ado, let's check it out. Cool. So let's start with the animated short, since this was the first thing that came out, right? Oh yes. Let's check it out. This better go crazy. Okay. Damn, Jingan. What lazy cunt. That's crazy. She's chilling. That's me though. Trying to wake up for work. Okay. So that means we won't be able to hear Sayu's voice. Ah, that's unlucky. That's like the best part watching it. Damn, Fisher was kind of close there. How is Yin still faster? That's crazy.
だから大丈夫だって。よし、準備完了。
I guess you made it. Oh, I see.
結局ギリギリじゃないですか。
The fast fox. Okay. Freaking sun barrier. Dang. Yeah, I guess we did see this already. When she interrupted the fight, reacting a new niche. How is this happening? It's giving me like Naruto vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Like if Naruto was looking like gets caught or something. Damn. Okay, she is fast. Damn. I guess she is a huntiness, huh? It makes sense. Nah. It's 10 o'clock. Oh.
気象将軍、ラフの食べ物は口に合うかな。
ちょっと薄いけど悪くないわ。
だがまさか
This is
あの
what they
天
hear,
撃将
I
軍
see.
が遅刻する日が来ようとはな。
手ぶらってのも悪いからね。
I wanna see what they are.
こやつは
I mean, why would she still support, you know, the three generals on the ship? Okay, if there's one, then okay, but three? I don't know about that one. Alright, that was nice, that was cute. Not bad. Now let's look at the trailer. Let's see. Oh, this looks intense. Okay.
来るべきではなかった。
だけどもう来てしまった。
What's happening? Was it
来
like...
者は客とは限らない。
根性酒あらば根性酔い。
Wait, she's an alcoholic. Ain't no way. Also, why is it like so much sexual tension? I feel like kind of weird junior.
飲めればいい。
Okay, like man, she's a fucking for a reason.
あなたは
Trying to steal the bug like that. I wonder if that's actually her thing though. She's an alcoholic. She's not showing it.
楽しくなくちゃ。巧妙を問うのは
She's a crazy alcoholic. Maybe to dull the pain of the trans thing that she has.
ついなのよ。
Okay, that's sick. Whoa. Oh. The curse thing. What's happening? There's the wolf inside of her. What are they called again? The race? I don't remember. Also the wolf thing because she's like
私も言ったわ
acting
よ。
that she can get up.
臆病者が 捕食者を語るなって。思い上がるじゃなければ将軍なんてやれないわ。主が誰なのか心に刻みなさい。
Okay.
泉州妖精の天撃将軍は
I wonder why it's called like another like
憂いな
that
し
phrase is like
悔いな
action
し
leaders that she took over.
で
Use of her power.
敵なしよ。
Sounds about right. But she has to control it.
敵なし
Damn.
敵なし。
強くもなく飲めば大暴れか。勘弁してくれ。
But like, why was Jing Yuan there? That was weird. Like, what was this whole thing about?
ええ、
来るべきではなかった。
だけどもう来てしまった。
来者は客とは限らない。
根性酒あらんだ。根性良い。
I'm not glad that like the Chinese mixes with like the drops and all that. That's so sick. I don't know. The like Chinese guitar thing is such a nice instrument.
巧妙を問うのは
But I'm not too sure what
無
happens
粋
here.
な
Is there any more context? Okay, this will happen after. But yeah, that's cool. So I understand. So like Hule is gonna do something where he gives this wolf out to her, and then
私
some
も
like
言ったわ
like oh we have to save the world type thing.
臆病者が捕食者を語るなって。
I'm not gonna lie though, this may be like a kind of like a bound from
思い
Bleach.
上がる
Right,
じゃ
that's what
な
they're
けれ
called,
ば
bounds.
将
Bound.
軍なんてやれないわ。
Something like that.
主が
Yeah,
誰
maybe
な
it
の
should be
か
like a
心に刻み
you know
なさい。
side thing.
泉
kinda
州
long for no
妖
reason.
精の天撃将軍は
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be long. 26 doesn't look like it's low for game.
悔いなし
Or the change anyway.
敵なしよ。
God. And another character that we won't see without the jackets off. Oh, they need to add that, man. Yeah. But look at her back. Damn. Big back. I know the different type of back that people usually talk about. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Yeah, they went all in. Fei Xiao, she's cool. I'm pulling both characters anyway, Lingxia and Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao just because she's cool, and Lingxia just because I think it'll be good to finally have a limited support, or what do you call this game? Sustain, right? So yeah, because I still don't have one. So, well, I do have Fushuan, which is like, she doesn't work all the time, right? She works most of the time and all the time. So yeah, crazy. Yeah. Fei Xiao will be the, what do you call it? The theme, I guess, of 2.5. So I'll be making a bunch of content on there. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, that's about it. I'll see you in 2.5 in a couple days, because I won't be streaming tomorrow. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye. Like and subscribe. I would really press the stop streaming button there for a sec. Okay, cool. Whoops. Cool. So I've still got the companion mission left. Let's see what this is. This should be just like a short thing, like an hour or something. Just to kill something, and also just to get rid of it. I don't want to go into 2.5 without like...
started learning swordplay from Yenqing and Yunli. Her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
So she didn't turn up for practice. Just plan to look for her. Oh. Can I seek out her legal guardian? What's happening? Like some weird ass roleplay. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what Yunli has to say. Oh.
There you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
I'm sure that this is like I think his voice, Navia's. Still not really used to that.
Forget it. Let's just assume she successfully skipped class.
But there's no way.
Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off. Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me.
True.
So, I can understand
real.
where she's coming from.
She's learning from
Don't
master.
make excuses for her. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food. I'm more interested in you today.
What?
Let's walk and talk.
What's happening? You ain't walking,
There's
you're
tasty
running.
food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are good.
Oh, we're going to the shop.
A table for two, please.
All right, come on in. What would you like?
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The
What?
entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough? Oh, don't worry. There are two of us.
Guess what? She's a glutton.
Well, then I'll
Gluten.
start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank you.
Sure, we need to look for March.
No, I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
Do you usually eat a lot?
Yeah. I mean, not too much, actually. Grandpa said to never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
The bottomless pit. Let's eat.
Ah, then eat to your heart's content.
You say you're interested in me?
To be more precise,
That sounds
interested
weird.
in your sword. Yenqing mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape. So I've always been curious
Which
about
one?
your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
Alright, it's not anything special. Your most trusted companion, the bat. And I need to use physical MC more.
So, it really is a baseball bat. Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape. So, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master. So, Your bat actually reflects your habits and nature, you know?
It's just like, instead of being slashing, it's a blunt weapon.
Someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Is he filming me?
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something silly like, rules are made to be broken. I've come across so
No.
many sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down
How does that work?
hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down. Yes,
Oh shit.
but
I hate when that
only for
happens,
those who
man.
cross the line.
I click too quickly.
Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons.
Wait, she's the one doing that.
Just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie. The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Miss Yoon Lee, for talented sword masters like you,
Who's
the
this?
war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for yourself. But for people like him, who have already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage.
She did like the
It has been a while.
Receptionist.
Mr. Nameless.
yeah, from the Skyfire Commission.
You are...
Yeah, the secretary. Yeah.
Thank you for your introduction, Mr. Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster.
Because Yuni wasn't there, it was only Yang Chen.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello.
Was there any guests?
Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them. He's from the distant planet Kalevala. Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Miss Shikue, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return. While it did once belong to the Xianzhou, we faced many tribulations to be able to deliver it here, so it should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there.
Why does she talk like
We were
that?
talking so
It's
enthusiastically
kind of
about the
weird.
war dance. Maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
Nice to meet you both. The journey to the Xianzhou Laofu wasn't an easy one, but the scenery here is worth it. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. And then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
Okay.
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time.
Thanks,
Even
I
though
guess.
the trade route just opened.
That's
It still might take around
Cool.
200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. But our planet is really great. Yeah, sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity.
cool.
Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped the legendary
Pretty sure the
heroes
song
of my
is
home
pronounced
face
that A.
demons, and is highly revered. It also
It's supposed to be like
has the
a
power to choose
Swedish or
monarchs. All the
Finnish
ancient
type
kings of
thingy.
Kalevala received a sign from the sword,
Looks like it.
showing they were worthy to rule the land. According to tradition, Each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next. Well, those are just legends from the past. No one today has witnessed it firsthand. Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king...
They became a democracy. I see.
Besides, it wasn't
Kind
a
of.
native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection to the Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar. While the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala, it doesn't truly belong to our world.
I don't know, what do you call a government that's not... That's like a parliament system, but doesn't have like a prime minister or something? Or president?
Agreed to let the Mieka Kivesa return to where it truly belongs. That's the best possible outcome.
Sure.
Wonderful. It's an honor to have so many people witness the sword's homecoming.
General Huayan will hold the sword gifting ceremony at the Palace of Astrum soon.
Well, that sounds
Let's
exciting.
head to the Palace of Astrum together. Hmm? I know.
Yeah, let's go.
Right? Thanks to March 7th skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always
I like the way
asks
she
us to
says
go look
we.
at swords with him,
We.
but he
It's
hasn't
like...
said anything about this one.
It's weird.
It's really weird. But
It is, isn't it?
now that we're invited, let's go and check it out.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Wait, her model is still broken. I thought they fixed that. Yeah, there's a line on the left. I reported that like 1.6 or something. Let's go. I noticed it when I was walking around the new area on the spaceship. What is this guy doing here?
Please allow me to offer a sincere compliment to my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris. Well, if it isn't my dear friend, glad to meet you again.
Oh my god, wait, Argenti has a voice.
This weirdo. Who is this knight?
Weirdo.
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
You know what? I don't know if I like this voice more than the old one. It's like... This voice is like more sophisticated, but the previous voice actor was like more goofy. Which he kinda is. So it's kinda weird. But it's nice. It's a good replacement. Too bad with the old Ho-Ho and Tail voice actors. But, what can you do? It's too bad that Argenti didn't have a voice for a while. Because he was in a bunch of scenes, right? No. But on that sort. I wonder if he has voices. Or he has to.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
No, she's getting converted.
Oh, you're here, Yunli.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore what he said.
Didn't expect
Sounds
you
good.
to be so well informed.
Good choice.
Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Well, just remember this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the sword's origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony.
I'm weird with Argenti. He's too OP for no reason. And like he's too involved secretly into everything.
I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kivesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, As we gather here on the Xianzhou Luofu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland. Mieka Kivesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Gu Yin. It was forged by Han Guang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Pyrojaya Forge.
Wait.
What did he say? Pyrogyro Forge.
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory. I've decided to entrust this sword, Gu Yin, to the Luofu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Luofu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Why is that?
Now,
Argenti is so weird. Such a weird character.
please head to the Artisanship Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Han Guang.
Yun Li! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's last work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
What's happening? Maybe I should not react.
Don't be
Kinda
rude,
deep.
Yun Li. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Yun Li, please, go for now.
Well, I guess I'm the babysitter role at the moment.
This is exactly why I didn't want Yun Li to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yun Li?
And here it is.
That is a tall order, but
I'll be nice to this guy.
I apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
I feel kinda bad for having all of this dropped on him. But
Unless I'm mistaken, Yun Li should be around here somewhere.
That's a hefty battleship there.
but where?
Did you put up the ads this time?
How long have we been dating here?
Oh, my goodness, she's like blending into flowers. Are you serious? Oh, this voice actor's crying again. That's crazy.
Stop watching me and say something.
No, I can't.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me? I bet he did.
Actually, I'm here because I care about you.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
I'm not happy if you don't explain what's going on.
Sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me. Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one. You've clearly heard a lot of folktales. But that's not the kind of cursed sword I'm talking about. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill. Just by holding the hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible speed and strength. I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story.
Like we're just looking down at her.
While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost.
I wonder if Marty is actually gonna use it.
It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving
Maybe we will, and we'll get another element. The cursed sword element.
Soon enough, he'll no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with Heliobi?
Oh yeah.
That makes this much easier to explain. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with Heliobi.
I think we heard about this in the event.
As he was obsessed with turning weapons into living things. And this is how cursed swords were made. I know, I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble. By the way,
And there has to be a
aren't
catch.
we supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas? Looks like they're not going to show up here.
And they're just gonna come out the front door.
It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt them down one after another. Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Is she planning to sneak into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword?
Dang. Man, I haven't been here in a while.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions.
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
Oh, I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
True.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff? I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know where that is.
Filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
Okay, I thought it was like down here. Not up here.
Stream 4.
And I haven't cleared the map in this game in a while. It's been so good.
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. Fine. Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Just in time.
It's better to make more seasoning.
Yeah, my Bailu's not equipped.
Free will.
I think my Jiao shows me something as well.
I weep for the departed.
It doesn't matter. We have Acheron.
It too shall fall.
Yikes.
Let me send your way.
Relax.
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but automatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Yes, I don't know.
No. It's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Luofu. But leaving that cursed sword here will also make things difficult for the Luofu. So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take all the blame. You probably think I'm being impulsive and unreasonable, right? Hey, I'm not always like this. It's all because of that cursed sword. Look, I owe you an explanation, but this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear though, I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break.
Hey, I like how we just came here and broke a bunch of robots.
I already told you about Guyan. The sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him. But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever. For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly, I don't remember much about him. All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing.
Yingxing. Oh my god. Blade mentioned.
I didn't catch
That's
all the
crazy.
details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others. The swords crafted by the Pyrogyre Forge are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility.
The Pyrogyre Forge.
With these legendary weapons,
And I guess it's the same thing as Flame Wheel.
ordinary people
Just more
can become
fancy,
skilled
I guess.
warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith.
and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar.
Jeez,
Some
okay.
left empty-handed,
That turned
others got
real
swords
quick.
that didn't fulfill their desires. And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged. It was so sudden and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out.
Jeez, what happened to Honkai Star
I was
Railway?
frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli!" And the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop. And I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. After that, General Huayan took me in and treated me
Damn.
like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father. He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyan will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants. I've said my piece now.
So what is the war sword is?
Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa,
It's interesting.
I still have to melt down the sword. So, you're saying, even though Grandpa knew it was a cursed sword, he still chose it to be a prize because he thought it wouldn't cause any trouble? No. No matter how I think about it, something is definitely off. Grandpa didn't tell me anything about the ceremony.
I mean, yeah.
He must be hiding something. Besides, after our argument today, you want me to go back and talk to him now? No way. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit.
Can we go, but we're not wearing shoes?
I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow.
It's kind of weird.
And I won't take any action against Gu Yun until he gives me his reasons. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that in a public place. Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum. and to tell General Huaiyan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Yo.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she, young man?
Yeah. A little bit.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yun Li told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story. Han Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyro-Gyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training. According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Zhu-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts. So, by infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers
Oh, these
wield
were
them
supposed to be
not
like
only
AI
against
swords.
but they also become consumed
That's
by
funny.
malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords.
Like telling you what to do with the sword.
No matter how noble Han Guan's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyro-Gyre Forge. Yun Li managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day. Yes, I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes. Despite her vow to hunt down and wipe out all cursed swords, fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack. And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after? Hu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Han Guang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Han Guang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost. I thought this sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Okay.
Since my granddaughter mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you? I'll be counting on you then.
What is that answer? What am I supposed to do with that?
Find that class skipping March 7th.
The next person can face with March 7th, called skipping class. Nah. Unbelievable. Oh, just chill with her. Did we not tell her anything? Sure. Cool. Well, this is awkward.
Everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
I haven't heard this guy's voice in a while.
I'm sure you
I'm surprised this using the same guy, I think.
Here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in
I'm certain that Hao is not actually like that good at his job or something. If I remember.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. They should have given it to me from the beginning.
Who though?
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect.
Argenti?
First,
for whatever reason?
Ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
If March 7th were here, she'd probably jinx it and accidentally reveal who the thief was.
The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
Yeah, I don't think it was stolen on a whim.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword. Master Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals. Argenti? Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when
What
they
does that
handed
mean?
over the sword to the Artisanship Commission.
What is blood sign?
You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Lawfu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right? In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place? That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
Well, I saw the sword.
So, did you steal it?
Why would they even say that?
Then stop joking around.
I can prove that he came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so he couldn't have stolen the sword.
Put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission. Not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yun Li.
Fair enough.
So,
I didn't steal the sword.
well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
You might be missing something.
If you want to prove me wrong, you better come up with some solid evidence.
Oh, like every other time.
Thoughts. I need to help Yun Li clear her name.
There is no way. It's probably this guy.
Thought that the Mieka Kivesa would be stolen. But regardless, we've accomplished our mission, and now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting. That's enough, young man. Now let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered. The first master of the Mieka Kivesa slew countless demons and then passed it down to a line of wise monarchs. The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies. What is, Helio? What? Never mind. The point is that the Mieka Kivesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Okay.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword? Leave the case behind? Yeah, maybe. But if the case was too much trouble,
I didn't know if it's like Blade or something.
too conspicuous to carry around the sword like that? In plain sight?
Okay.
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons were smashed.
Yeah, about that.
Yun Li says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yun Li can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors.
What if the sword just walked out?
You were with Yun Li yesterday, young man. So you have the chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me? No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. I'm counting on you, then.
If you've found it... All right.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock. Why is this flower petal?
Oh, it's
inside
actually
the case?
Blade. There's no way. No, that's Argenti. Bruh. Okay.
If you found any clues, feel free to tell everyone.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Dahao.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off.
Would they like a debate?
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yoon Lee.
Your statement isn't quite accurate. Argenti, the delegation members, and even me, we were all at the Artisanship Commission at some point.
True. But they all left after delivering the sword. And the craftsman overseeing the handover confirmed that they couldn't have left with the sword. We looked into it as well. Before Gu-Yun was handed over, the side crane at the entrance of the Artisanship Commission captured you leaving. But there's no record of Miss Yoon Lee leaving.
Why would I dare leave through the main entrance after smashing the Arumatons?
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yoon Lee. Miss Yoon Lee caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission, trying to take away Gu-Yun, but you stopped her in her tracks.
Okay.
What Dahao said seems right. Exactly. So at least Yoon Lee didn't steal the sword at that time, because we were at the Arumaton warehouse.
If your testimony is reliable. I'm not implying anything, but we need to scrutinize every piece of evidence. Miss Yoon Lee caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission, trying to take away Gu-Yun. After bidding farewell to you, Yoon Lee pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone.
After Yoon Lee and I went our separate ways, I messaged Master Gongshu to inform him about the incident. And much later, Master Gongshu told me the sword was confirmed safe. So up until that point, Yoon Lee couldn't have stolen it. Can I prove this?
After bidding farewell to you, Yoon Lee... Wait, you messaged Master Gongshu? I had no idea. Well, that's some solid proof right there. However, it only proves the sword wasn't stolen up to that point.
I didn't do it!
Chill, bro.
Farewell to you. We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
Looks like you're missing some crucial evidence.
There are no signs of the arsenal being broken into, so...
No. The fact that there are no signs of a break-in is suspicious in itself. Which piece of evidence should I use to convince Dahao?
We haven't found any other suspects or evidence.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. I must have missed it during the search.
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
True.
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that. And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
I know. Gu-Yun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword.
There's no way Argenti's too OP for that.
Control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship. The one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Okay. Oh.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
I don't believe Argentine got cursed. There's no way.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyon, right? Hand it over.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon. Yes, I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal in order to keep my promise to Master Guyon and uphold my knightly oath.
Okay, he is cursed.
What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyon in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down. I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsmen, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity, in the hope of an open and honest conversation.
Wait, is he cursed or is he just Argentine? Being Argentine.
Reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me.
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyon that impressed me. So I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyon's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword. The solution is right in your hand.
Captivated? No, I am touched by Master Guyon's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyon away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you. I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyon in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyon to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger.
Okay.
Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords. Show me what you've got. You're not going to use Guyon to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
Since you're already here.
Yun is too real for that.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Time questions your prescription!
Thank you for your generosity.
Confess! Put forth all your might!
Say bye to breathing.
Bear witness. You're fighting a gentleman.
How about letting the enemy strike first?
Rise to the
Stand
challenge.
still. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
to the challenge. Let thy lord put forth all your might.
My back. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
What's in your prescription?
Thank you for your generosity.
Rise to for chivalry. I've lost. According to
Crazy.
the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight.
But
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone.
Okay.
I'm weary of fighting. I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, so apparently this is like I don't know, like something happened with the voice actor for Fei Xiao herself. But like she couldn't record the voice lines or something. I don't know, there's been like a bunch of drama with her voice actress, so yeah, we don't know what the drama really is. People are guessing, but we don't know anything concrete. Or like if she got fired or something. But yeah, she just wasn't able to record those voice lines, so it's all in Japanese. Yeah, that's about it.
After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past, little girl?
Afraid? Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Fine. Show me your
Sword is
past.
interesting. It's actually not a cursed sword. It's a wise sword.
It's already
Made from the wise tree.
impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Yeah, real 6. Psych. Oh, that looks cool. Shit. Wow.
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
Why is he like so stiff?
The Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here. But it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyon, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight. Stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borison. Just the two of us.
Interesting.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
So they took over and created that Kalevala country thingy planet? Hmm.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borison. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair. This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borison. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in, they just kneeled down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their Beastmasters. You beheaded one of the Beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borison taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do.
Damn.
I remember my first death. The Borison cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely.
What? What are we talking about?
Everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long. And there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
Damn. Okay. Kinda intense.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them.
Okay.
But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world. Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not,
Nameless.
children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's
I
been with
wonder
me in
if that's actually like
countless battles.
means that he was on the train or not.
Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat
last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding.
Damn.
I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. He left me there without ever looking back.
Dolph Schoolman is destroyed. Wow.
Thank you, my old friend. Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste? My old friend.
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home.
Damn.
During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did?
Now that's a question. That's crazy.
So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
Damn.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yun Li is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yun Li, I trust Guyin's experiences have changed your mind.
It wasn't until I held Guyan in my hands that I could sense its thoughts and unspoken words. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Now that we've proven Miss Yun Li's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword. I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
Wonder if the Helobot can just go.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless sword master shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the Swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You were no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains. I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about Miss Yun Li?
What do you all think?
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the driller's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yun Li.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you.
And there it goes. It's melted. Cool.
Smile a long face, my child. Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the Lawfu?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this. But at least Guyen got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyen is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Wait, what? What did he become? Oh,
General Huayan, what brings you here?
oh, that's nice.
My granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
I come from a long line of Kalevala monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded this stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
That's...
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now,
that's accurate.
you can also rest here, Guyen.
Damn.
Now that my mission is accomplished, the delegation will be leaving the Xianzhou Lawfu soon. This golden sapling will become a part of the everyday scenery of the Xianzhou.
I'm feeling a bit emotional. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful.
Nope.
As a punishment for being an
And this guy.
accomplice in this theft, General Huayan assigned me to guard this golden sapling and recite the story of the hero and this legendary sword to passers-by. This is not a punishment at all, and I gladly accepted it. Spreading the message of beauty to the Xianzhou residents is exactly what I desire. However, I plan to leave the Xianzhou soon and continue my travels. May our paths cross again in the vast cosmos, my dear friend.
Well, there it is, I guess. That was pretty cool. I liked it. It was nice. Okay, cool. Well, that was longer than I expected. I swear, this game. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave it there. I want to do some quick things and that's about it. Cool. But yes. That's about it for now. See ya later. Bye. Bye. I need to go sleep.